Good morning students. Today in this video we are going to solve sum number 13. There are many transactions in sum number 13. One by one we will see all the transactions. Write journal entries in the books of Sri Maulik Patel. Write journal entry of business commenced by Sri Maulik Shah, not Patel, Maulik Shah, with the name of Shah Traders. Right, so our heading in the books of Shah Trader, journal entry in the books of Shah Trader. Okay, because we are making journal entry for business and business name is Shah Traders. The first transaction is on July 2014. Brought rupees 50,000 cash, debtors 20,000, stock of goods 10,000 and creditors of 5,000 and commenced the business. Here he has brought three things in cash, three things which are asset and one liability: cash, stock of goods, debtors. These three are asset and creditor is a liability. So in our journal entry, first three things will be debited and creditor will be credited. And what else? Owner is the giver, so capital account will be credited with the difference amount. Here he is bringing cash of rupees 50,000 plus debtors of rupees 20,000, so 70,000, and stock of goods of rupees 10,000, so 80,000. Against that, he is also bringing one liability which is creditor 5,000, so 80,000 minus 5,000, the remaining 75,000 will be capital. Here the entry is cash account debit 50,000, debtors account debit 20,000, stock of goods account debit 10,000, to creditors account 5,000 and to capital account 75,000. How come this 75? The total of 3 minus this liability creditors 5,000. So the net amount 75,000 is the net input as capital by owner. Second transaction. Deposited cash rupees 20,000 with Vijaya Bank and opened account. We are depositing cash and opening account. Our bank balance will increase, or you may say our bank balance will generate, will create. Bank is the receiver. So bank account will be debited and cash goes out. So cash account will be credited. Here the entry is bank account debit 20,000 to cash account 20,000 being deposited cash with Vijaya Bank and open the account. Next transaction, third number, goods of rupees 20,000 purchased from Sumul at 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount, paid half the amount by check. Earlier also we have done such kind of transaction where we are purchasing goods of some amount from someone and making half payment by check. So here we will have to do the calculation. The calculation is here, right here. 20,000 is the goods amount minus 10% trade discount comes to 18,000. This 18,000 will be recorded as purchase, will be debited to purchase account. Now talk about payment. So here out of 18,000, 9,000 payment is done in cash and remaining 9,000 is credit. So this credit will be recorded to Sumul account. And this cash where we are issuing check, we will have to apply cash discount. Cash discount is 10%, 9,000, 10% of that 900. So the balance amount how much? 8,100 we will be paying in cash. That is what? Through check. Right? Through check we are paying. So bank will be credited with 8,100. Discount is received here. It is an income. Income received are credited. So discount will be credited 900. And Sumul account, Sumul is the giver, will be credited 9,000. Here the entry is purchase account debit 18,000, to bank account 8,100, to discount account, or you may call it discount received, discount account 900, and to Sumul account 9,000. So this is how we will pass entry for this transaction. Narration will be being goods purchased from Sumul at 10% TD and 10% CD, paid half the amount by check. Keep in mind, cash discount will be applicable if payment is done in cash, and it will be applicable discount will also be applicable on 50%. Okay. Furniture of 15,000 purchased on credit from Puneet Furniture Mart and carriage of rupees 100 paid in cash. Here we will have to understand this transaction like this carriage which is paid in cash, it is for furniture itself. Okay, so here we are buying furniture of 15,000 plus 100. The expense which is paid for carriage will be added to the cost of furniture. Earlier we have done such kind of transaction. Furniture, any expense which is paid for any kind of asset, it is added to the cost of asset because such expenses are capital expenditure. Okay, so here we are purchasing furniture of 15,000 plus 100, that is 15,100. Against that 15,000 is on credit because we have purchased it from Puneet Furniture Mart, and rupees 100 we paid in cash, so cash account. So total 3 accounts will be affected: furniture account, Puneet Furniture Mart account, and cash account. Here the entry is furniture account debit 15,100, 15,000 is the furniture amount and 100 is the carriage amount paid for it. And to Puneet Furniture Mart, rupees 15,000 is now payable to Puneet Furniture Mart because furniture is purchased on credit. So to Puneet Furniture Mart 15,000, and to cash account because cash carriage paid in cash rupees 100. Being furniture purchased on credit and paid carriage in cash. Next, a defective goods of rupees 3,000 returned to Sumul. Defective goods of 3,000 returned to Sumul. What is the effect? Goods goes out, purchase return account, Sumul is the receiver, Sumul account. So here the entry is Sumul's account debit 3,000 and to purchase return 3,000. Being goods of rupees 3,000 returned to Sumul. Okay, very simple to understand. Sumul is the receiver and goods is going out. By what reason goods is going out? Because of purchase return. Just in the previous transaction, a transaction before we purchased goods from him, now we are returning to him because the goods was defective. So Sumul account debit to purchase return account. Next, goods of 12,000 sold to Rashri at 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount. Here one word is missing. She paid half amount by check. 12,000 sold to Rajeshwari. So Rashri. Here the calculation is goods is of 12,000, goods is sold minus 10% TD, 1,200, 10,800 will be the amount of sales. So sales account. Now out of this 10,800, 5,400 paid by is a cash transaction and 5,400 is credit transaction. On this 5,400 which is cash transaction, she has paid the check. We will apply CD. 10% CD will be 540 of 5,400. So the remaining amount 4,860 she will be paying us through check, and this 5,400 will be returned to Rajshri account. So here total 4 account will be affected: cash account, sales account 10,800, discount allowed account, discount given account, discount allowed account 540, bank account 4,860 and Rashri account 5,400. Here the entry is Rashri account debit 5,400 because half the payment is yet to be received from her. So Rashri is the receiver, her account will be debited. Bank account 4,860 because we have received a check of 4,860 after deducting discount. And discount account debit, we have given discount this time. This is a sale transaction. On sale discount is given, and when discount is given it is an expense, so it has to be debited. And to sales account 10,800 because goods is sold for 10,800. We always know this, that the amount of purchase or sale is recorded after deducting trade discount. So here after this transaction my page is over. I will be making total 146,900 both the column. The duration of this last transaction was being goods sold to Rashri at 10% TD and 10% CD. She paid half the amount by check. She word is missing in your book, please write it down. Next, Forward balance total actually, and here we have brought it down. So total brought forward 1,46,900. Now we will continue with the next transaction. The next transaction is on date 8. Goods of rupees 15,000 sold to Mahendra at 10% trade discount and 10% cash discount. Now my friends, here we have to understand one thing, that goods is sold to Mahendra on 10% trade discount and cash discount, but nowhere it is mentioned that transaction is cash. So this transaction is credit. That means cash discount is just a offer here, it will not be applicable because payment is not done by Mahendra and through any media, means neither cash or not by check. Okay. Now talk about trade discount. So we very well know trade discount is immediately deducted and amount is recorded after deducting trade discount. So in short, here entry will be Mahendra account debit because he is receiving the goods, and to sales account because goods is going out, and amount will be 13,500. So here the entry is Mahendra account debit 13,500, to sales account 13,500, being goods sold to Mahendra at 10% TD and 10% CD. CD will not be applicable because there is credit transaction. Next, withdrawn goods of rupees 300 and cash of rupees 200 for personal use. Withdrawn goods of rupees 300 and cash of rupees 200 for personal use. Personal use means owner is the receiver. Owner is the receiver with rupees 500. 300 goods, 200 cash. Total 500 he is receiving. So drawings account will be debited. Now goods is going out. So purchase account will be affected. We know goods going out other than sales will be credited to purchase account. So purchase account will be affected by 300. Moreover, cash account. Cash is going out 200. So cash account will be credited 200. Here the entry is drawings account debit 500, cash to cash account 200 and to purchase account 300. Being goods of rupees 300 and cash of rupees 200 withdrawn for personal use. Next transaction. Next transaction is on date 11. Purchase plastic bag of rupees 200 for goods packing by cash. Here we have purchased plastic bag for packing. So it's a packing expense. Simply, just that's it. So expense, it has to be debited. Cash is going out. Cash will be credited. Entry will be packing expense account debit 200 to cash account 200. Being purchased plastic bags for packing. Next transaction. Next transaction is on date 12. Rupees 2,000 paid by check for salary and wages. Here they have given us the combined expense, salary and wages. So instead of debiting separate, we will make a combined account, that is salary and wages account. So salary and wages account debit because it is an expense, and check is given against that. So to bank account 2,000. Our bank balance will decrease. Bank is the giver. Being paid salary and wages by check. Next transaction. Place rupees 300 which was due from Rajshri and received remaining amount in cash. Now we have to think about Rajeshwari's account here. When we sold goods to Rajshri, it was there that she purchased goods of rupees 10,800 from us and she paid 50% amount. Remaining 50% amount, that is 5400, was yet to be received from her. So we had to collect 5400 rupees from Rajeshwari. Now in this transaction says that she had paid remaining amount in cash after bad debts of rupees 300. So there is a bad debts of 300. Total receivable amount was 5400. That means 5100 we have received from her. Here the entry is cash account debit 5100 because it is clearly mentioned that remaining amount is received in cash. So how much remaining amount? 5100. Bad debts being a loss will be debited. So bad debts account debit 300 to Rajshri. Rajshri is the giver 5400. Okay, being bad debts or amount due to due from Rashri rupees 300 and received remaining amount in cash. Let us move to next transaction. Next transaction is on date 14. What does the transaction say? Due to additional requirement of funds, 12% loan of rupees 25,000 obtained from Axis Bank. We are taking a loan from Axis Bank. Now here we have to assume that when bank is giving us loan, they will not giving us in cash. They will directly give us in our bank account, or they will issue a check which we will deposit in our bank account. So simply amount is not going to be received in cash, it will be received through check, right? So here our bank balance will increase because bank check will come or amount will directly come to our account. So bank balance increase. Second, Axis Bank is the giver, so Axis Bank account will be affected, and we know when there is a loan, not only person's name or institution name, its loan account be right. So Axis Bank's loan account, or we can say loan of Axis Bank, will be affected. So here it is bank account debit 25,000 to 12% loan of Axis Bank 25,000. Okay, next transaction. Goods of rupees 2,000 destroyed by fire, for which insurance company admitted a claim of 1,500, realized rupees 200 from sale of burnt realized rupees 200 from goods burnt by fire. My friends, what happened here? Total goods of 2,000 is destroyed by fire. Out of that, 1,500 insurance company accepted the claim. Remaining 500 is a loss. But what else here? 200 could be realized by selling the burnt goods. The goods which was destroyed by fire is sold out. For what price? Rupees 200. So here our loss is of just 300. 1,500 is going to be received from insurance company, and 200 is received in cash as the goods has been sold out. So total 200 rupees loss, 300 rupees loss will be there. Here total 4 accounts will be affected. One account cash account where 200 we are receiving. Second account fire insurance company account or insurance company account 1,500 they have accepted the claim. Third account loss by fire rupees 300 loss by fire rupees 300, and fourth account the goods account, that is purchase account, because goods is going out other than sales. So here the entry is cash account debit 200, we received cash of rupees 200. Okay, loss is 300, right? And insurance company account debit 1,500, loss by fire account debit 300, to purchase account 2,000. Cash comes in, so debited. Insurance company has accepted the claim, so one kind of receivable, any receivable or asset debited, right? Loss by fire account debited, and to purchase account credited. Being goods of 2,000 destroyed by fire, insurance company accepted a claim of 1,500, rupees 200 realized on sale of goods. Now here also my page get over, sum is yet to be finished. My page get over. I will make the total. Up to this transaction my total is 1,95,500, 1,95,900. Let's move to the new page. So the total 1,95,500 will be carried forward to the next page, right? Here it is total brought forward 1,95,500. Okay, let's move to the next transaction. Life insurance premium option and rupees 450 and fire insurance premium 550 paid by check. Life insurance premium option and fire insurance premium paid by check. So life insurance premium option is a drawing because it is a personal expense, and fire insurance premium is an expense. So both will be recorded accordingly, and bank balance decreases. So the entry will be drawings account debit rupees 450 because son's premium of life is paid. Fire insurance premium account debit 550 to bank account 1,000. Being life insurance premium of son and fire insurance premium paid by check. Next transaction. Nirma company gave 30 number of soap sample which are sold for rupees 250. Here my friends, Nirma company gave us goods as a free sample and we have sold it out. Normally it is not allowed. Normally sample goods cannot be sold. Okay, but the transaction is given, so here we will consider it like a normal sale of goods. We will not mention here that we are selling the goods which was received as a free sample, because that is a crime. You cannot sold the free sample goods. Transaction is given, we will assume that it is a normal sale of goods. So what entry do we pass for a normal sale of goods? Sales account is credited because goods is going out, and cash account is debited because cash is coming in. So the entry is here, cash account debit to sales account rupees 250 being goods sold. No need to mention that Nirma company gave goods in free and we have sold. No need at all. Next transaction. 20 date, received rupees 100 from Rajni as bad debts written off. See, just in this sum only, we have seen that rupees 300 were bad debts from Rajni, which we have already written off. Now, out of those 300, 100 she is paying us back. It will be considered as bad debts recovered. Any amount which is written off as bad, when it comes back, normally it doesn't come. Okay, but in some cases if it is coming back to us, it is considered as bad debts recovered. So here rupees bad debts recovered, rupees 100 is bad debts recovered, which is an income and will be recorded as an income. So cash account debit to bad debts recovered account being received rupees 100 back from Rashni, which was earlier written off as bad. Bad debts is considered as loss or expense. Bad debts recovered is considered as an income. Though it is not an income, but it is considered as an income. Next transaction. Axis Bank has charged loan interest rupees 250. Date 25. Axis Bank has charged loan interest rupees 250. In sum itself, we have seen that we had taken a loan of rupees 25,000 from Axis Bank. Now Axis Bank is charging loan interest on that. We are not paying interest. Axis Bank is charging interest on it. Okay, so what happens when we are not paying interest and Axis Bank is paying to us? Now what will happen? As interest on loan, it is an expense, so it has to be debited, but we are not paying it. So what will happen? Axis Bank will add this interest amount in our loan amount. Earlier our loan amount was 25,000, now it will be 25,250. So our loan will increase by 250 because we are not paying in cash, right? So Axis Bank loan account will be credited and interest on loan account will be debited. Why interest on loan account will be debited? Because it is our expense and loan is increasing, so loan of Axis Bank account will be credited. Here the entry is interest on loan account debit 250 to 12% loan of Axis Bank account, being Axis Bank charge interest on loan. Next one is paid rupees 2,000 for painting work of personal building and 1,000 for painting work of shop. The painting work of residence, that is personal building, it is a drawing, personal expense, and painting work of shop building will be considered as shop expense. So entry will be drawings account debit 2,000, which is the painting work of what? Building, personal, right? And shop expense, the painting work of building of shop, and to cash account because the payment is done by cash 3,000. Okay, cash going out, it is a drawing, it is a personal expense, so drawing, and it is an expense of shop, so shop expense. Next and last transaction for the paid internet connection deposit rupees 2,000 by check. Now paid internet connection deposit rupees 2,000 by check. No doubt it is not an expense, it is one kind of asset created. We are paying for what? Deposit. Deposit is what? It is always refundable. When we will withdraw the connection, we will be getting our deposit back. So deposit, but we are paying it now, so we will have to record this. What will be the effect? it is paid by check, so bank balance will decrease and deposit will create. So internet company is the receiver, so internet deposit account will be debited to bank account. Internet deposit account debited to bank account, being internet connection deposit paid by check. Here internet deposit will become our receivable or will become our asset. Till the date it is not withdrawn, it will be shown as a asset in our books of account. So this was all about the sum number 13. Now we will be making a total of it. Total, earlier the total was 1,95,500. After recording of remaining transaction, total comes to 2,02,100. And very important thing, when your sum get over below the total, you have to draw the two lines. When your sum is incomplete, that is you are carry forwarding total, single line is drawn, but after completion of sum, double line is drawn, and in the column of particular we write total. Thank you.